Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's time as every Monday and Friday for the latest Benidorm news update. And today we have some interesting, shocking, intriguing news to share with you all. So stay tuned up until the end. Make sure you click a like button and make even the tiniest comment on our videos, because thanks to all of you guys, a lot of you don't know still, but you are the engine of the channel. You are those who promote these videos and help us to reach more and more people every single day. Thanks to your comment, even if it's a smiley face, even if it's a like, even if it's a heart, a palm tree, a sun shining, whatever it is, whatever you got to say, all this helps YouTube to understand that your videos are useful for us and for the community in general, for all those who love Benidorm, Costa Blanca, or Spain in general. So don't forget, like and a comment, and this will be the biggest help. We don't even need you to subscribe to specific memberships, nothing like this. This is the authentic help for our channel. So thank you for all those of you who are doing so. We really appreciate it, and we read every single of your comments. And now let's start with the situation in tourism. As you all might know, we've had quite busy weeks of celebrations. Fancy dress is over, everything is over, so now it's slightly quieter time up until 1st of December. We've already spoken in the previous news update that shortly we should have the Beni Nadal, which is Beni Christmas festive program, when it's going to be the fair opening, the Christmas lights turning on, all this fun Christmassy stuff. If you're a fan of Christmas, you will absolutely love it and enjoy it here in Benidorm. So probably it's going to be around 1st, 2nd of December. And so far, hotels had quite a good occupancy. The thing is that once the tourists departed, after the fancy dress, after all the fiestas, right now we have around 60-something% of occupancy, around 60 to 70%. The main issue is that the Imserso groups, the pensionists of Spain, were supposed to arrive already, but as usual, there are issues, as usual, there are problems, and they're not here just yet, which plays a hard time on different hotels and accommodation options. Even so, in winter season, obviously the prices are not the same as in summer, which is not fair, yes, because that's the same room, yes, but since there's more necessity in summer, hence the prices are quite high. Right now, how much does it cost to stay in Benidorm's hotels, accommodation options, apartments, etc.? The cheapest thing that we found on booking.com, okay, was this one right here. This is the Hotel Benidorm City Olympia, 3 stars rated hotel, 7.2 on booking.com, and it costs as little as 33 euros for 2 people. So it's 16.50 per person per night. That's actually a very good deal, isn't it? Let us know what you think. And it's 150 meters more or less from the beach side, which is also really close. It's an incredible location. The next one is Hotel La Estación, the hotel, the station, situated right above the Benidorm's bus station. It's in an area where there's basically nothing. You need to take a bus, you need to walk quite a lot to get to the Benidorm city center. But they have a nice offer, 4 stars hotel, 8.1 rating on booking.com, from 36 euros for 2 people per night in a normal room. Then we have apartments Palaciet, and they call it a bungalow, the entire bungalow, 3 stars, 7.6 rating on booking.com ranking, and it's also 36 euros for 2 people. See, it's less than 20 euros per person. 1.7 kilometers from the beach. That's slightly further away, but still you could walk, or you could take a buggy, you could rent something out, bicycles, etc., whatever you wish. B&B Hotel Benidorm Centro, 2 stars hotel, 8.0 ranking in booking.com. This one does cost 39 euros for 2 people. So these prices are very good. It's between 16 and 20 euros per person per night to stay in Benidorm with the incredible weather that we still have, or with the amount of sunshine, with the great things to discover here. It's incredible how some of these prices are actually good. Obviously, there are hotels that are 4-star superior, etc., that still do have prices of 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, maybe even 100 euros per night. Yes, but if you're going on a budget, this is the cheapest you could get at booking.com. Maybe if you go to their websites, it might be even a few euros cheaper. The second news that I wanted to share with you all is about a future refurbishment, a renewal, reconstruction, rebuilding entirely of the Villa de Benidorm Hotel. This is hotel from Magic Costa Blanca group chain. As you all know, we did contact with Magic Costa Blanca. We did ask to film inside of their hotels. They even said that we will be included in the loyalty program of affiliates to Magic Costa Blanca, so that we would have our own personal discount code for all of you guys. But as soon as they knew that I've worked in this hotel's chain, all the communication immediately stopped, and they basically are ghosting us. They are ghosting us probably because they know we know a lot of stuff. And even though it's not our intention to say all this secret stuff, you know, of the company, of the resorts that we might know, I might know because I've been working there at the reservations department. I've visited all hotels of Magic Costa Blanca. I know every single thing about them. And still remember it, by the way. But it was never our intention. We really just wanted to show the hotels. We wanted to show the positive sides of it, the location, what they have to offer, so that people would know if it's worth visiting it or not. We do not usually make conclusions for us because it's not our choice to make. It's your choice to make. We simply show it to you guys in the best way we can. And it is what it is. But probably they're so afraid that we would say something that they cannot have a control of, or something that we shouldn't be saying, that they just ghosted us so bad. I mean, it's their miss, because that's not a good reputation either. If you don't want to show places, there must be a reason why. If not, they would. If they wouldn't have anything to be afraid of, right? Right. So, this is one of the hotels. They have Magic Phoenicia that will be renovated, updated. It's not going to be Magic Phoenicia any longer. It's going to be a different hotel, really fancy Spanish Mediterranean style. And Villa de Benidorm will be no exception. It's not going to be such a fancy hotel, but they will renovate it completely because it needed renovation so bad. If some of you visited Villa Benidorm, I'm sure you've noticed it already. They've had first floor rooms with like a huge terrace overlooking the swimming pool and Mediterranean Avenue, and then all the rest of the rooms didn't have balconies as they were. This hotel has mentioned that they will be making a complete renovation starting from next year. However, the neighbors of this hotel were getting quite angry, and eventually they've brought a petition towards the town hall to stop this project. Why? Because according to the owners of the nearby building that they have, it will affect the windows, the doors, and like a lot of different areas of their own, like urbanización, you know, of their own building and common areas. It will affect them in a negative way. So they've asked to change the project or cancel this project and somehow redo it so that they would not be affected as much. Why they're saying this? This is what will supposed to be happening next year. Municipal Hall has allowed this project. From 7 floors that Villa de Benidorm has right now, it will be 12 floors. So additional 5 blocks on top, which will block quite a lot of sunshine for a lot of the places. Rooms will be, instead of smaller rooms that they had right now, will be summing up around 2.5-3 square meters, around 12.5 square meters, and will be from 120 rooms that they've offered increased to 182. So 62 extra rooms will be built in this hotel. Town Hall has said officially that neighbors don't have any vote in it at all, and that it's not as bad. There's not something critical that needs to be resolved. So the project keeps going. Why it keeps going? Because the hotel's chain is making, it's not me saying this, it's a newspaper, because they have a valid source of information from the town hall and from municipal arcs, okay? They are making compensation, economic compensation towards the city. So basically, the chain is paying money to the city, compensating them for this brand new building work. Obviously, it's comprehensive. You know, you can tell why people don't want this bigger hotel to be staying there, to be built right next to their home, because there's going to be less sunlight, because it's going to be a massive hotel. When they were used to it being 7 floors, now it's going to be 12. It's going to be more common areas, probably. There's going to be a different entry, you know, there's going to be a lot of things redone. And a lot of people don't like it in general, especially when huge building work is happening next to the place where you live and sleep the whole entire year. It affects you mentally and physically, which is why probably they are all against it. But the town hall has said that it's not an issue, apparently. So we're all waiting to see what Villa de Benidorm will be looking like next year once the refurbishment complete, change probably in the design too, obviously, will be made. We're anxious to see what it will convert itself into, but it's already a fashion in a kind. It's something that a lot of hotels are doing. It's something that is like a tendency right now. Many hotels are either built from scratch, basically, like Primavera Park, lovely, gorgeous hotel. We loved filming there, especially their high rooftop terrace. It's incredible. The Port Benidorm Hotel, 2 incredible rooms. They have a brand new terrace on the top. There's so many. The Barceló Benidorm Beach Hotel, brand new one too. Incredible design. And many hotels, even if they're not brand newly built as it is, are making a complete renovation on the inside and on the outside, which makes it even more appealing for people to probably book and take a closer look on what they're looking like, maybe to choose them for their next holidays. And which is why here on the channel we also have a lot of different hotels filmed and even campsites. If you still did not check it out, check these out. And now let's talk about the last news that I was not planning on talking about this, but we got to know it mostly because yesterday and today in the morning this wasn't the case. But only today at 11 p.m. and then redone at 1:20, so basically 20 minutes ago when I'm filming this video, we got a brand new news from the National Police. And it is that one British resident living here in Benidorm gained 200,000 euros. This is the news, I have it right here. Gained 200,000 euros selling subscriptions to paid channels illegally. He was charging between 7 and 50 pounds, between 7 and 50, for the service that was working with the IPTV. IPTV is, I think it's Internet Protocol Television, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a specialist, but I think this is what it is, Internet Protocol Television. I'm sure a lot of you know how it works, but he was selling this service illegally to bars and restaurants. Can you imagine that? Especially in the British zone, I can only imagine how many actually have gotten this service without even knowing that he was making it illegally, and now have this service. Can you imagine? What they said is that this person was selling mostly subscriptions towards the paid sports channels and different Irish, British, English channels, Scottish channels, towards all these bars and restaurants. And these are mostly events that you cannot normally see on a typical television. You know that a lot of bars here in Benidorm, pubs especially, do have these huge screens where they love to show most important matches and games to attract customers as well that love sports. and they were buying this service from him. With the maximum charge of £50, you gained access towards 594 channels of televisions. All this was done also through social media while he was advertising all these channels, and it was 10 years. 10 years of providing this service to bars and restaurants in Benidorm with support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wow. And obviously, once the voice goes from one to the other, they will keep calling him. And this is how mostly he was getting all the work. 10 years, 200,000 euros, 20,000 euros a year. I mean, it's not such a huge amount of money, but still. Was getting all this money by selling the channel subscriptions when he was not supposed to do so. Obviously, whenever they came to register his place of living, they found 2 devices of IPTV, which is Internet Protocol Television, 1 mobile phone and 1 portable, like a computer, like a typical laptop, where they've had all the app on the internet where he was able to see which subscriptions are being used. And this is how they got to know which places have been using this thing. 62 years old British right now is arrested and is waiting for a trial, is waiting for the judge to sentence or not this person for illegally selling all this, obviously not paying taxes for it, which is probably what they're worried most about, that he was not paying taxes for this money, and also because it was illegal subscriptions, so he doesn't have a right, he's not an authorized seller. So this is another thing. A lot of these payments were made in pounds, which means that a lot of these are like British bars. Probably they did not even know. They did not even know that this was an illegal business. Obviously, you feel that if someone is selling you subscriptions, if it's been operating a lot, if everything works well, people don't ask themselves, hey, I should check if this is legal. You know, you kind of think that, well, yes, this is a legit business, you know. Who would have thought? And this is what's actually happening. So a lot of these businesses right now probably will be without the subscription any longer. They will not be able to put any of this anymore on their TV screens until they will get a brand new subscription from any other company. And now let's talk about the weather. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming shortly to Benidorm, because there is different news all over the internet. On the international website and weather forecast, there's one thing. Then on the Spanish website, some of them, they're saying that, oh, there's going to be a huge shift in temperatures. There's going to be a lot of cold coming in here. There's going to be rain. There's going to be storm. There's going to be a bunch of everything. But what is actually the case? To be honest with you, we're continuing more or less in summer season. Not the heat summer as it is, but great weather. There's a lot of sunshine. There is some wind, like a slight wind, but nothing too major. There is no rain. There is no big like chunks of clouds in the sky that would close up the sun. No, we are having a really great weather for the months that there are. It's basically almost December month in just a couple of weeks. And all this week, at least in Benidorm and in a lot of other parts in Spain, as you can see right here, will be really sunny and nice to discover as much as you want. As for the temperatures, it's true that they are getting lower just a tiny bit. In Benidorm these days, we will have around 18 to 20 degrees. On the sunshine, might be 21, 22 maximum tops. But in Alicante, for example, these days we continue for up until 25 degrees on sunshine. 25 at the end of November. Still great and gorgeous weather. So if you want plus 20, that's fine. Benidorm is perfect. If you want slightly more, like in Canarian Islands, you can go to Alicante. You don't need to travel any further. There's great, incredible weather out there. But this is during the hottest moments of the day. These are maximum temperatures. In the morning, it's quite cool. It's around 10, 12 degrees. And in the evening, it's exactly the same thing. So bring some cardigans, maybe some light sweater like this one, something to cover you up a tiny bit. Or buy any scarf here around in the Chinese bazaars, typical shops, Alehop, whatever you wish, because it's quite chilly mornings and evenings. The water temperature is not the same any longer. It's 15.9 degrees. If you're coming from a really cold country, these almost 16 degrees might look nice for you, and you might even go with bare feet into the sea. Maybe not for swimming, but still just have a lovely walk around the beach line. But for all those who live here, it's really cold. So we don't recommend going for a swim, but if you're an adventurer, if you love colder sea, then why not? It's still great for your health, isn't it? Thank you for accompanying us on today's Benidorm news update. We wish you an incredible day, great beginning of a new work week, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new video here on the channel. Tomorrow we'll discover Benidorm once again, and on Wednesday we have a special video for you guys. On Wednesday we will be discovering which kind of Christmas menus and Christmas celebrations do different hotel chains offer right now. Which ones are the cheaper ones and which ones are the most expensive? What are the prices and what kind of entertainment hotels start to offer already for Christmas, so that you could make the best decision if you're coming on these winter holidays to Benidorm. Don't miss it. Bye, dears.